these posters with bandsmen drinking pints, and I never have any time for it. I never will.
I think we tend to play a lot of the old musical comedy stuff, and I think the general public associate us with this.
It's something that grows on you, like you might say to a football spectator, what do you see in football?
It's not a hobby, it's a way of life.
Once more. First note, chord, go.
4 bars crescendo there, but not up like a stick, little curves, like a range of hills, if you will. Says here, machine-like, enslaving, cruel. We mustn't give them the impression that we're working to rule.
I'd always wanted to play with the first brass band, and Montefeltons gave me the opportunity, so I took it.
Well, I'm on the flugelhorn, which I've been on for 16 years.
Actually, they came after me. It was a solo competition which I was playing at, and they asked me if I would like to play with their band.
I was working for Montefeltons at the time, and Mr. Feltons decided they would like to run a works band, so naturally I joined them. And of course, there's general knowledge that the band is now G.U.S.
In a little village called Wollaston. I was 7 years old, and I used to go and listen to the town band rehearsing. And the conductor asked me one day, would I like a blow? And I had a try, and toward the end of the evening I was getting a few notes, and that's how it started. Well, we formed in 1933, and in 1934 we won the Grand Shield, which is like the present-day second section at the Crystal Palace. We won that in 1934, and we won the championship in 1935, first attempt.
We were more or less all learners together. We thought we were good before we started into banding of this caliber, but when the late Mr. Halliwell got hold of us, we began to realise that we didn't know so much as we thought we did.
Obviously, the future of the brass band, the senior bands, are going to be assured, I would think. I think we've got to make ourselves a little bit more attractive to the youth, the senior bands I mean, perhaps the uniforms less gaudy, perhaps a little bit more sophisticated approach to it.
The people that play in bands are really like everybody else. You know, they own a motor car these days. They probably own their own house. Their wives have washing machines and they have television sets.
Well, you get a little bit fed up with it. You know, they've been out an awful lot this last 12 months. I grumble like anything, quite honestly. And yet when they go and do something like that in the Albert Hall, you feel ever so pleased and think it's all worthwhile. You know, it's nice to go to a concert and sit there and think, well, that's my husband on the stage. You do feel proud of them then.
I think only 3-4 bands throughout the country are totally employed by any one organisation, any one firm. I think occasionally the band advertises that it needs a player, and if a job is available and the right player fits the job, then the two come together. And I think this is very much the pattern. People are attracted to try to work in the firm because they are good players, and people are sometimes advertised for, and a job, if the job fits them, then they come to work in the factory. Basically, they are employed in the factory, and if that isn't right, then the fact that they play an instrument would not overrule all other considerations. The National Championship in '66 was won by the G.U.S. Footwear Band. That was their 6th occasion since 1945 that they won the title. The Albert Hall contest is one of a number of important contests in this country. This means an enormous amount to a band to become the champion band, to win the title of National Champion Band of Great Britain is more than a great honour. It means that there are a lot of opportunities which follow. The band will be invited to broadcast. To try to get a ticket for the Royal Albert Hall contest is rather like the cup final.
We are very proud indeed to think that these men who belong to this band are the ones who work in this factory and live among us.
Well, I started banding when I was a lad of 10 in a very small South Wales town of Bargoed. My father was the Salvation Army bandmaster there. My brother has been a bandmaster, and I've been the Salvation Army bandmaster for over 32 years. In fact, the 3 Bosankos have over 100 years of bandmastership between them. I think the cloth cap idea is rapidly dying out. Perhaps when I was a boy it was regarded as such. In every sphere of life I think we have a different person now. In the band here at Woodfalls we have clerks and mechanics, policemen, school teachers, and men from various walks of life, as does every other band I feel. And a lot of brass bandsmen are exceedingly intelligent.
How did you become linked with Woodfalls then? It's quite a way away, isn't it, from here?
Well, the solo cornet of Woodfalls Silver Band is Dennis Chalk, and he's a postman and a hairdresser both, which is quite a useful double. But he spends an enormous amount of time with his band, rehearsing, playing. Everybody knows him in the community as, I think, three things. They know him as Dennis Chalk the postman, Dennis Chalk the hairdresser, and Dennis Chalk the cornet player in Woodfalls Silver Band.
How's the band going then, Dennis?
Well, not too bad, Mr. Roberts. You know, we're still having good practices, waiting for this big day to come off.
I suppose there's quite a bit of excitement building up to it, is there?
Oh, yes, marvellous, really marvellous, no doubt about it. It's just something they've been waiting for so long. It's just...
Do the lads feel fairly confident about it?
I think they're pretty confident, yes. For a village band, they're doing very well. They really enjoy going to practice. They enjoy their practices. I enjoy going over there, you know. Yes, 3 times a week is something, you know.
I should imagine there's a good bit of enthusiasm, is there, among the local people?
Among the local people, Woodfalls, oh yes, marvellous. But apparently it's been a tradition with Woodfalls for a long, long time that the locals have helped them out. They've paid into a fund to help the band over the years, you know. That was when they were the old Temperance band.
I suppose it's everyone's dream to go to the Albert Hall, is it really, to play
I think so.
brass band?
If you'd asked me about 4 or 5 years ago whether I should have been playing the Albert Hall, I should say definitely not for the rest part of my life. But there we are, we've got there, and it's quite an occasion.
Yeah.
I believe that for a good player, you must practice every day. If you don't practice every day, you will know yourself. If you don't practice for 2 days, your colleagues in the band will know. And I think if you haven't practiced for 3 consecutive days, everybody will know. It takes, therefore, a regular part of every day in addition to band rehearsals to be a really good top player. And that's the difference between the top class band and the slightly less than top class band. The people expect to practice at home apart from the time they're going to spend in the band room when collectively they bring all their efforts together to make them into a first class overall performance. But the top class band, the individual members, learn the notes at home and keep their own standard of playing away from the band room as well.
We were at Woodfalls Temperance at the start when I was a child. And funny thing, every bandsman was a temperance man then. There wasn't anyone that wasn't temperance. Well, then as the years went on, times altered, and some of them did have a drink, and some didn't, and then we thought we'd better change it from Woodfalls Temperance to Woodfalls Silver.
There isn't the amount of people interested in Woodfalls Band, youngsters nowadays, as there was when we were starting with the junior band. When they started the junior band, I expect there was over 50 young people joined.
This man who owns a building firm who built our house was talking to our dad one day, and he said, would your son like to join the band? And he liked the idea, and I joined up.
Well, I started when I was 9 with Mr. Kingshot, but then he left the band. Then Keith Green took us over, and he's been taking us ever since. And then we've been playing with the band in engagements and gradually worked ourselves up to contests.
Well, I think wives and sweethearts are very tolerant towards making music. For, after all, that's what brass banding is.
I don't think they get too lonely. They They know where we are, although when you come home late they say, where have you been? But they know where you've been.
Well, I wasn't all that keen, not to start with. I thought, well, I don't know if it's his hobby. I suppose I've got to like it. And the more I went, the more I really enjoyed it. And I do enjoy it very much now.
Well, banding is a form of self-expression in music. People get together to make music and are happier doing that than sitting down or pressing a knob. They realize that they give pleasure to countless people in many ways through various organizations of brass bands all over the country. There are times when one has to be there for the entertainment of the public. For instance, a bandstand in the middle of Bournemouth, as we often playing with our school band during the season. And I think there are a lot of elderly people who like some of the older pieces of music. It's true they may be outdated, but it gives enjoyment to these people.
If there's anybody in a band like ours, or, you know, a band, I mean, they only got to say, will you come and join? And they go just like that, won't they?
I'd like to become a good cornet player eventually, you know, and play in a big band, you know, like Black Dirt Mills or something.
There are players all over the country who would dearly like to get into a band like Black Dyke Mills, and we're never short of applicants.
You get players come to a band who has a tradition, who has a name, and therefore you have a better chance of collecting the better players to your formation.
Now, largely the band and the company have grown up together, and I think we like to feel that the tradition of the company and the tradition of the band go hand in hand.
But it's generally the understood thing. This is made quite clear to new members that there are certain times when they will be required to have time off work, and if they can't do this, well, then they're just not accepted in the band.
I'm an organ builder. We're tuning Halifax Parish Church. There's a recital tonight, actually. And we're just getting it ready for him. Oh, I think you should have some return on your practicing what you did when you were younger. where we go to play, we usually fill the place, so I think we should have something out of it. We do get paid. We have a small fee, you know.
The present solo cornet of Black Dyke Mills Band, James Shepherd, is a fine player, of course, and certainly has the basic ability to become professional.
1, 2. That's it, right. Can we try it again from A? A. Piano, use your tongue. 1, 2, 3. Well, I teach in 5 schools in the West Riding, 5 schools a week. Well, I teach solely brass instruments in the school. The brass band plays in assemblies every Thursday morning. Here we started off with 4. We've enlarged now to 14. Give them an instrument if there's an instrument available. Of course, if they don't make the necessary progress, we'll give the instrument to someone else who's keener. At one time I would have liked to have been a professional, but I like my job now, you know, I'm quite happy. That's fine. Right, get Scipio.
Mr. McNabb? Oh, Spiver here. Can you just come into my office a minute, please? We've got some drawings I think you'll be interested in. Another job.
Well, they've been very good to me at the gas mine. With the band job, if I wanted a day off, they've arranged it so that I could have this.
Next Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to see you because I have a recording job. We have a recording job with band. So
Oh.
we wanted afternoon off.
Oh, I see. Well, that's...
Can it be arranged for next Wednesday?
Well, look, tell you what to do. Ring this builder.
The company provides the band really with the necessary facilities. A practice room, instruments, uniforms, music stands, these sort of things. But largely for the rest, the band, of course, finances itself out of its engagement.
We like to think that we're widening our audience, and not only through the limits of age, but we're trying to get right away from this island which brass bands used to be apparently in, whereby they were only interested in themselves. People outside the band world weren't interested in bands, nor were bands interested in the outside world.
One with Roland Jones that used to be euphonium player in the band. He used to be a wonderful singer, and then he went to be an opera singer after that.
I understand he used to sing when he was reading the gas meter.
Did he?
Yes.
Everybody in Queensbury used to know him by his singing, I think. There's Colin Casson on there, that plays with the BBC Northern Orchestra as well with Morris now.
Yes.
First and third trumpets there, I think.
Is it still playing?
There's Uncle Ernest there. He looks young.
Oh, yes, it's a long time.
50 years in the band. I think he'd done about 30 there, and he was still a young man.
Here.
He's still the youngest man in the band now. I'm sure he's the fittest. There's your great-great-grandfather on here. He's Uncle Ernest's daddy. It's a pity we can't have records of the old bands, because It'd be nice to have a contest between one generation and the next.
Up to about 20 years ago, I should think, all the members of the band worked in the mill. But now we're down to 7, going down all the time.
The policy of professional conductors is also something which has gone right back to the very beginnings of brass band contesting. Bringing in someone who is not the resident bandmaster or the resident conductor has some advantages. I was invited to conduct Black Dyke Mills back in the summer. Roy Newsom, who is the bandmaster of the band, personally spoke to me, and this was subsequently confirmed by letter from one of the directors of the firm. I was pleased because I knew it was a band which was prepared to work. Strong finish which never shows any signs of lagging. You know, fill the diaphragm and that quaver rest in order to breathe, and then fill it right through. Soprano solo cornet, you can still sing out more. This third above the chord at the top. Would you? Bar. Don't you go to an F sharp? No. Really? Should be an F sharp on the second bar from the end of the whole piece. Move to an F sharp. Isn't that written? No. You haven't been actual in here. Ooh. Up to F sharp. Really? All right. Good. All right. Discovers. 8 from the end. 2, 3. That's better. That F sharp, absolutely vital. Next one.
Once again, a little shorter, but get those chords moving. Let it sound as a chord. Again, a little shorter. Right, now get that solid chord work in when we're playing it quicker. All hands on deck. Right, number 3. It's a beautiful sound, melody, but let's have a little bit more protest in it, a little bit more soul, if you like, or what the Welsh people call hwyl, a little bit of that something you can't define. On the march of protest again, Alla Marcia, para, live it, play it from inside, and play with your ears as well as the tongue. March, what?
Shall we go back to the beginning? Let's just try these quavers first of all, shall we? Just get the feel of the chords. Will you make long notes of every one? Just play them for the moment as though they're crotchets. No triplets going at all. Long notes. Really short and smart. Just a wave. 1, 2. We're not exactly together, are we? 2.
Have another go, shall we? Have another go. Have another go.
Went to Hammersmith Hall in the first section, then we gradually worked up Fulham, Kensington. Now we're in the Albert Hall, you see.
Invariably, at the Royal Albert Hall, we have anything up to 400 coaches coming up from all over the country, because the interest is continued even from the regional level right through to the national finals. And of course, the national finals is really the mecca of the brass band contesting year.
Who do you reckon we can get in the first 10?
Because I think a lot of them that does go, they know they haven't a chance now, but they go for a day out.
Morning. Morning. Nice to see you. How are you? All right. Oh, it's cold as spring.
On score itself, that's written and that's written, but that isn't.
You can't all win, of course, but it'll be a good experience, and I hope that you feel that even taking part in the national finals is important, and it is more than a thrill in it for you. See? So watch the draw, and then we'll see where we go from there. Number 24.
Woodfalls.
Woodfalls. The most attractive lady in the Albert Hall today. Let her through.
Let the lady through.
Draw number 20.
To defend its title, G.U.S. Footwear Band.
Draw number 13. Number 1, Black Dyke Mills.
Well, they've put me in to draw for the order of playing, you see. And if I draw number 1, well, I get shot. And if I draw number 80, which I'd like to do, we might have a chance.
Now, since I began talking to you, the ballot for the order of play has been going on in the control room backstage. The numbers will be shown to you on these large cards on either side of the platform. The adjudicators today are Eric Ball, Gilbert Vinter and Frank Wright. They will be escorted to the newly constructed adjudicators' enclosure up on your left. And the officials appointed by the competing bands, their duty is to see that the adjudicators are locked in and, so to speak, sealed off satisfactorily for the discharge of their job.
Good luck to you all, gentlemen. Will you get together with the band?
And the test piece is called Journey into Freedom by Eric Ball. And may the best band win.
I think contesting is the lifeblood of our movement, in as much that it makes everybody very keen indeed. They practice very hard. After all, competition is the lifeblood of any organisation, isn't it?
Contesting is essential to concerts are a normal routine, but unless you have contests as well, you haven't got that to keep you to the top pitch. And it is contesting that keeps you there. We're getting older and we're getting more used to this sort of thing, but there's still those butterflies in the stomach when you go onto the Albert Hall stage. But I try to keep one thing in mind, that we're going there to play and to play well, and as we walk onto the stage, although I must admit that my legs feel a bit rubbery. All I want to do is to get settled down and get stuck into it. I think any band that goes on a contest stands as good a chance as the next one. It's just a matter of how they play and whether they suit the judges.
A bit rough. To me, you know, I think it's more excitement than nerve.
It feels tense. You feel a damn sight better when you come off.
Telegram, gentlemen. Best wishes for success today, Commodore War. Good luck, Woodfalls, from the Albion. Everybody's doing their best there.
Start that again.
Well, like that. Do you see that left-handed player there today? Come on, Don, it's me. I think if we try and forget the draw, you sit down to play and make music and take that opportunity, even on the contest stage, of making music. And if it pleases the judges and he gives you the first prize, very well. If it doesn't, well, we've had the worth of the real happy expression of making music for other people to enjoy and for us to enjoy making.
We know who the competitors are. They're bands with reputations. They go on the air frequently. They're used to this business of playing before large crowds and in large buildings. But I don't think we should be upset too much. We've great confidence in Mr. Bosanko. He's a man that works the band hard, but at the same time he inspires confidence right down to the last note.
We're just a small village, and there are many great bands there. If I mentioned names, everybody would know them, with long traditions, with excellent players. And we know that these bands are really excellent. They're probably some of the finest bands in the world. So we know what we're up against. So again, we shall go and do our best, make music, make our supporters feel that, well, it's been worthwhile encouraging us, and we feel that it's been worthwhile, certainly, rehearsing the piece. It's a wonderful piece of music.
They'll have a box in which their decisions. Our friend here will take that box and will walk. First of all, then we'll follow behind with the 3 judges on the supervision committee.
It is most important that that locked black box should get here undamaged. Doesn't matter half so much about the judges. Stewards, if you'll be kind enough to let them out, bring them down, and we'll have a look at them at close quarters here. Here they come. Well done, sir. Now for the secrets in the black box. Opened, the sealed envelope extracted. And now we wait patiently. And here are the awards. The 3rd prize, which is a cheque for £75, has been won by the band which scored 191 marks, Brighouse and Rastrick. The 2nd prize, a cheque for £150, has been won by the band who scored 192 marks, Manchester C.W.S. And the band which now takes the title of the Champion Band of Great Britain, and in so doing wins a cheque for £200 and the People Championship Challenge Trophy. With 194 points, Black Dyke Mill.
Where are they, Geoffrey?
They're in the bedroom.
They're in the bedroom.
Damn it,
Come on. Come on, you come on.
Up to now, I have never seen a test piece played by one man.
Oh, whee!
Come on, stay
Yes, come on.
3 men and a commissionaire went to mow a meadow.
Great. Come on, son, come on. There's not about the time. Come on.
No, you've got to be smart, you know.
Well, why the hell aren't you ready then if you start? I think there are 1 or 2 more. There was one there putting his trousers on, Jeff.